everyone, it's me, Journal Lizard Cat here, the author of Swim Warriors and my new upcoming book, A Metal Knight Sneak Out. So I made a TikTok post Monday or Tuesday about me making a story time talking about how I met a fan at Barnes & Nobles. Yeah, about that, I didn't make a video about that yesterday. I deeply apologize on that one because I was kind of lazy in the morning, and of course, to gain my energy back, I started to exercise, but now that I'm back today, it's time for me to talk about that story. So in this case, let's roll on to the video. So this happened like a few months ago. Me and my friends, it was like me and my other two friends, we all like go to work together and stuff. So we decided to go to Barnes & Nobles together. So around that time, Swim Wars Volume 3 was already released from pre-order, and it was out like around March 2nd, and we all went to Barnes & Nobles the second or third week of March. So when we got inside the store, I was like looking around every aisle, especially the adult or young fiction aisle, like looking for Swim Wars beyond shelves. So my friend was like, Maya, like what are you looking for? So I was like, I'm making sure it's Swim Warriors on shelf or not, because I saw them on a website, so I was hoping, see, do they have it on shelf? So my friend suggested me to ask one of the employees. So I was like, okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and ask one of the employees. So it was a nice lady. She's like very kind. Her hair was like short, and I think she had glasses on. I kind of don't remember, but she was really nice. She was on the computer, and I was like, excuse me, miss, have you heard of the book Swim Warriors? And she was like, oh yeah, yep, yes I do. So I actually read volume 1. Why? I said, oh, I was wondering if you have the books on shelves by any chance. So she scrolled through her computer. I was next to her. She actually allowed me as a customer to actually help her scroll through the computer to look up the books. So when I was next to her, she typed in the name and she typed in the volumes and stuff, and I don't know where volume 1, 2, and 3 appeared on the website. So she was scrolling through the details, and she was like, no, not really. They're not on shelves right now, but they are free on order. But we're actually working hard to get them on shelves, like for the author. And I was like, no way. I was happy and shocked to hear that. So all of a sudden, I tapped on her shoulder, and I was like, hey, do you know who's the author? She looked at the title and the author's name, and she's like, yeah, the author's name is Journal Lizard Cat. So I was like, okay, so scroll down to the author bio, and you can see the author's real name. The author's real name was my name, Maya D. Jackson, but my middle name, not reveal. I don't want to reveal it. So she looked at it, she was like, oh, the author's name is Maya D. Jackson. I really love her book, and because she told me she read volume 1, but she hasn't read volume 2 or 3. I did tell her that volume 3 was released and stuff, and she's like, oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, maybe I can get volume 2 first before I go on to the next volume. So I tapped on her shoulder again, and I gave her a little smirk face like, and I was like, hey, so about the author, I actually had to repeat myself again. So I was like, hey, so about the author, do you know who the author is? Again, so she was like, yeah, it's Journal Lizard Cat. I said, yeah, but do you know who she looked like? And she said, no, not really. So she glanced at me, and then I pointed my finger at myself. I was like, that's me. I'm the author of Swim Warriors. She got all hyped up. I'm not even exaggerating. She literally got hyped up, and in the middle of her workplace. She was like, oh my God, you're her. And then I said, yeah, I'm her. I'm Journal Lizard Cat. I'm the author behind Swim Warriors. And she was giving me multiple compliments on the story and the art and stuff. So let me remind you, the art style of Swim Warriors, I hand drawn them. Because about that, I'm not very good with digital. Now, my twin sister, she is like a god in digital. She's like a queen of animation. So like even though that like she's good at digital, I could ask for help, but the thing is, I'm not very good at digital, so that's why I've been sticking with traditional since I was a kid. So traditional art has been helping me with Swim Wars, and plus I look up to manga artists that still use traditional art that don't use digital. And yeah, so I kind of repeat that pattern. So anyway, she was complimenting me about my art and stuff, and she was like telling me to keep going on like with the story, and she told me how much she admired volume 1. I kind of thought that volume 1 what would go bad and stuff, but the way how that girl was very hyped and excited, I can tell she really loved the story. And so about that, after the whole compliment thing and being all hyped and stuff, I went back to my friend, and then my friend was like, so do they have your book on shelf? I said nope. I was like, nope, But I just found out that the employee is actually a fan of my book because she read volume one and she was high when I told her I was the author. So my friends congratulated me. So after the hangout, I got home and I told my parents about how I met the employee how I met a fan, a swim warrior who just so happened to be the employee. My parents were really hyped and excited and they were proud of me. And after the whole experience, when I was getting ready for bed, I want to stop thinking about how happy that fan was. They made me realize that I need to keep going with the series if I'm hyping a lot of people like with my book. Because not only that, I've been getting fan art from all you lovely fans who've been reading my books. And I want to give you all a big thank you for looking up to my work and notifying me through TikTok, telling me I've been inspiring you guys to write. I'm inspiring you guys to keep up with your business, because I will never forget this one message I got from this one TikToker. I'm gonna keep their stuff private, but I'm gonna call them anonymous. This person notified me through TikTok on my way home from chemistry class, and they're like telling me that like how much they look to my work, and they told me I inspired them to keep up with their business. I was in the car tear jerking because I had never thought I would inspire a person to like start their business. Not only that, another TikToker told me that how I inspired her to become a author, just like me, and I was like, oh my god, I'm inspiring a lot of people. And this is all like new to me and stuff, because because even though I'm an author, I'm still a person that loves to hang out with friends, hang out with my family, and go to college, which that's why I'm in college for dentistry, because just in case, and also now that the materials I'm getting for my books are getting expensive. Anyway, thank you all for listening to my story, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.